and welcome back to the Love and Doha show. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today's episode is all about football, emotions, and national pride. Qatar may have said goodbye to the FIFA World Cup 2026, but the stories coming out of this tournament have been about much more than results on the pitch. Let's begin with Team Qatar. It was an emotional night for Qatari football fans after the national team's World Cup campaign officially came to an end following a 3-1 defeat against Bosnia and Herzegovina in the final group stage match. The result left Qatar at the bottom of Group B with 1 point, ending the team's journey in this year's tournament. But what really caught everyone's attention wasn't only the scoreline, it was the players after the final whistle. Videos quickly spread across social media showing emotional reactions from members of the squad as they reflected on the end of months of preparation and years of hard work. You could see the disappointment on their faces, but you could also see the pride. Representing your country on football's biggest stage is something every player dreams about, and despite the outcome, they walked off knowing they gave everything they had. Football can be heartbreaking, but it also creates moments that remind us why the game means so much. Speaking of emotional moments, another story touched football fans across Qatar. Reports indicate that Hassan Al Haydos is preparing to retire from international football following the end of Qatar's World Cup campaign. For many fans, this truly feels like the end of an era. Al Haydos first retired from international football in 2024 before returning after answering the national team's call in 2025 to help lead Qatar through its World Cup qualifying campaign. That decision now feels even more meaningful because it allowed one of the country's greatest footballers to wear the national shirt one final time. He leaves the international stage with remarkable numbers. 188 appearances, making him Qatar's most capped player ever. 41 international goals, placing him third among the nation's all-time goal scorers. But statistics only tell part of the story. For more than a decade, Al Haydos became a symbol of Qatari football through his leadership, commitment, and unforgettable performances. Generations of fans grew up watching him captain the national team, lift trophies, and represent Qatar on some of the biggest stages in world football. Whether this is truly the final chapter or not, his legacy has already been written. Now, while football has dominated headlines this week, Qatar has also been celebrating another important milestone. The country is marking 13 years since His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani became the Amir of the state of Qatar. Over the past 13 years, Qatar has experienced significant growth across multiple sectors, strengthened its international presence, and continued investing in education, infrastructure, sports, and innovation. Across social media, many people have been sharing messages celebrating this milestone and reflecting on Qatar's journey during the past decade. It has become a moment not only to look back at achievements, but also to look ahead to the country's future ambitions. And finally, let's end today's episode with one of the most wholesome World Cup stories we've seen this week. Qatari content creator Khalid Ali documented his entire matchday experience during Qatar's final World Cup match. What stood out wasn't just the football. Before kickoff, he spoke warmly about the Bosnia and Herzegovina supporters, describing them as friendly, welcoming, and full of positive energy. Then he took viewers inside the stadium where he proudly supported Team Qatar from the stands throughout the match. And after the final whistle, despite the disappointment of Qatar's elimination, he stayed to capture Bosnia's celebrations with genuine respect and sportsmanship. It was a beautiful reminder that football is about much more than winning. It is about meeting people from different cultures, sharing unforgettable experiences, respecting your opponents, and celebrating the game together. Sometimes those are the moments that stay with us longer than the final score. And that is a wrap for today's episode. From Qatar's emotional World Cup farewell to celebrating a football legend and marking an important national milestone, this week has been full of stories that remind us what sport and community are all about. Thank you so much for joining me on the Love and Doha show. I'm Kinda, and I'll see you in the next episode.